Okay, hello everyone. So let's start with last 20 questions of June 2023 exam series 2 MTP. We were done with first 20 questions of statistics part. So let's go to last 20, 81 to 100. Before we start, some instructions as usual. First, ideally you should solve this by yourself first and then only come to watch the video, because from exam point of view it is very important that you are able to solve different questions or questions that you have not seen yet, because obviously in exam it is not going to happen that uh, the questions will be exactly like what you have done. Okay, even if you do thousands of questions in exam, there is always going to be something different. So for any CA exam, not just for maths, your preparation should be on concept rather than the question. Okay, so if you know the concept, then you'll be able to solve any question that comes your way. Second, the lecture will be in simple English, because from exam point of view, you must have habit of thinking in English. Only then you'll be able to solve the paper faster and write better in any exam, not just for maths. Third, we are going to see the shortcuts and tricks in this video rather than concepts. So I'll explain concepts in short, obviously, but our focus will be on shortcuts and tricks. Okay, uh, fine. So let's start. Get ready with your calculators. Question 81. If two dice are thrown, then what is the probability that some of the faces of dice are square or cube numbers? Okay. For probability questions, always go to the denominator first. We are throwing one dice and second dice. So denominator is 36. Now we want sum of faces to be square or cube number. Okay. The sum can be from 1 to 12, right? Because my highest number is 6. So what are square numbers from 1 to 12? 1, 4, 3 square is 9, 4 square is 16, so that is out of the question. What are cube numbers? Again 1, but that is repeated, so let's not consider it. Uh, then 2 square is, 2 cube is 8, 3 cube is 27, so again that is out of question. Fine. Out of this, 1 cannot be the sum of 2 dice, because when we throw 2 dice, 1 cannot be the sum, because lowest sum will be 2. Fine. So 4, 9 and 8. Let's see how we can get 4, 9 and 8 from 2 dice. So 4 we can get by 1, 3, 2, 2, 3, 1. Fine. 9, how can we get 9? 9 can be it can be 3, 6, right? Minimum 3, then 4, 5, 5, 4, 6, 3. 2 plus 7 is 9, so that is not possible. And 8, how can we get 8? We can get 8 by 2 plus 6, right? Lowest number is 2, fine. Then 3 plus 5, 4, 4, 5, 3, and 6, 2. So how many pairs are there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So 12 by 36 is the correct answer. So that is going to be 1 by 3, which is option C. Okay, next 82. Probability of Ramesh and Deepak speaking truth is 1 by 4, 3 by 5. That is, probability of Ramesh is 1 by 4, probability of Deepak is 3 by 5. Find the probability that at most one of them speaks truth. At most one. That means maximum one of them speaks the truth. So can I say either 0 or 1 of them need to speak the truth. 0 of them speak the truth. That means what? R dash and D dash. That is neither Ramesh nor Deepak. Or one of them speaks the truth means what? R. That is Ramesh speaks the truth and Deepak lies. Or Ramesh lies and Deepak speaks the truth. So we can just convert this and to multiplication or to addition and then just multiply and add it. Or what we can do is 1 minus both are saying the truth, because the only case that is left here is what? R and D. So 1 minus R and D. So that will be 1 minus R is 1 by 4 and is multiplication, D is 3 by 5. So that is how much? 3 by 20. 1 minus 3 by 20, that will be what? 17 by 20. 17 by 20 is how much? 0.85, option B. Okay. To find the distribution of number of airplanes crashing every hour in the world, which of the following distribution is appropriate to apply? Okay. Now this is a rare event, right? Crashing every hour, airplanes crashing every hour in the world. This is a rare event happening in a particular period of time. So a distribution of rare events is Poisson distribution. Out of the three that we have learned, Poisson distribution is the distribution of rare events. So that is the correct answer. Which of the following is not a property of normal distribution? Okay. There are 2 points of inflection. That is a property. So that is not our answer. Mean median mode coincide. So that is also correct. Mean median mode both are same. All three are same because it is symmetric. That is also correct. Skewness is 0. That is also correct. Skewness means what? It is exactly symmetric. That means skewness is 0. It is not skewed to any side. So all of the above should not be the answer, but I mean all of the above are properties. So this is the correct answer. Okay. Fine. For a continuous random variable following standard normal distribution, what is the value of standard deviation? Standard normal distribution. In a standard normal distribution, which is represented by Z generally, mu is taken as 0. I mean, mu is 0 and SD is 1. Okay. So we convert all normal distributions to the standard normal distribution and then we refer the table. The mean and variance are equal for which of the following? So, obviously Poisson, right? In Poisson, mean is also m, variance is also m, so that is correct. In normal distribution, mean is mu, variance is sigma, which sigma square, which can be different. Gaussian distribution is nothing but normal distribution only. Right? If the inflection points of a normal distribution are 6 and 14, find its standard deviation. What are inflection points? Okay, understand this normal distribution curve. Okay, its curvature changes. First, it is going like this, then it is going like this. Okay, so concave and convex, it is changing at some point, right? That point is called as point of inflection. Points of inflection on both sides are given by what? Mu minus SD and mu plus SD. So obviously mu minus SD will be 6, mu plus SD will be 14. If we add them, 2 mu will be 20. That means mean is 10. If mean is 10, standard deviation will be what? If we substitute in this, 4. So A is the correct answer for question 87. 88. For Poisson distribution, events are independent of each other. That is correct because one crash, just like we saw in this previous question, one crash is not dependent on other crash. So this is correct. Average rate is constant. That is also correct because for Poisson distribution to be applicable, hourly average of number of crashes has to be same, right? Two events cannot occur simultaneously. Yes, so all of the above is the correct answer. So these are basic properties of Poisson distribution. So that is correct. Two events cannot occur simultaneously is, I mean, we don't term it like that, but Poisson distribution says that in a specific small time frame, very small time frame, only one event can occur. Okay, and that also with a very low probability. So fine, all of the above would be correct. Normal distribution is also known as Gaussian distribution. So that is the, I mean, time pass question. In regression analysis, which of the following can be in form of an index number? Okay, now understand, in regression you have x and y. Let's say x is 1 2 3 4 5, y is 250 300 200 400 something. Okay, now even if we convert both of these to index numbers, we will get the same answer. So even if we make this base as 100, then 200 300 400 500, that means we are not, and let's say we convert this also to 100 and then convert everything. Okay, that does not affect the regression. Why? Because still the ratio of x and y is going to be, I mean, the ratio of x between first and second, second and third, third and fourth, and ratio of y between first and second, second and third, third and fourth, that is going to be same, right? So both a and b can be index numbers. It does not matter whether it is index number or an absolute number. Okay, index number is just a relative number. A scatter diagram of two variables developing a pattern of multiple circular rings. So scatter diagram, they are saying developing multiple circular rings, something like this. Okay, represents which kind of correlation? It is not positive, negative or curvilinear. It is not, we cannot call it no correlation. It is some correlation, right? But it does not have a name. I mean, it is not this or this. So we can take D. Technically this is wrong because this is not no correlation. This is some correlation. It is just that we have not named it. Which of the following is the best measure to calculate volatility of stock market? Okay, now understand, uh, best measure is, you know, oversimplification, because for calculating volatility of stock market there is no one best measure. But whenever it comes to volatility, out of all the measures of dispersion that we have learned, range, MD, SD and QD, standard deviation is the best measure of volatility. Why? Because standard deviation considers all values and it does not, I mean, range, limitation of range is what? It does not consider all values. Limitation of QD is what? It only considers middle 50%. MD and SD are relatively better than range and QD. But out of those also, universally SD is treated as a better measure of volatility. Volatility is dispersion. So B. If both regression coefficients are negative, what will be coefficient of correlation? So that will also be negative. That is, I mean, if bxy and byx both are negative, then r will also be negative. If both are positive, r will also be positive. It cannot happen that one is negative and one is positive. Next, correlation between unrelated variables is not because of coefficient of non-determination, existence of third variable related to both variables, spurious correlation, none of the above. Okay. Now read the question carefully. Just a second. Yeah, I'm back. Okay, so it is not because of correlation between unrelated variables is not because of. Okay, let's say we take some random variables, maybe production of mobiles hmm, and sale of wheat. Now they're unrelated variables, right? So it is because of coefficient of non-determination, which is 1 minus sorry r square. So it is because of that. Why? Because if we calculate r between these two, that is coefficient of correlation, it will be very low. So coefficient of non-determination will be very high. So that is why this uh, unrelated variables are showing less correlation. So that is not the correct answer. So it is because of coefficient of correlation. So this is not correct. Existence of third variable related to both variables, that is also possible. So that is also, I mean, it can be because of this. So this is not correct answer. Why? Because let's say the third variable is population. Okay, now as population increases, this is also going to go up, this is also going to go up, right? So it is because of third variable. Last is spurious correlation. Now spurious correlation means what? Let's say there are two variables which are unrelated and there is some correlation between them just because of some chance. Okay, just because of some chance. Like for example, if I take pass percent of CA final, okay, and let's say I take sale of wheat. Now there is no correlation between these two, right? But if we calculate R, then mathematically maybe we'll get some values, right? If we calculate R, then mathematically maybe we will get some value like zero point 0.4 or zero point 0.6 mathematically, right? In reality, it does not mean anything. But this is just because of chance. So this correlation between unrelated variables can be because of spurious correlation. Spurious is either because of something else or because of chance. Okay. So again, that is also not correct. So none of the above would be the correct answer. The question is not, I mean, the question is framed in a confusing way. It is not because of they are saying. So fine. Next, 95. If regression equations are this and this, find arithmetic means. So arithmetic mean is, I mean, we can just substitute the values, right? Because when we solve these equations simultaneously, the answer would be arithmetic mean. So just put the options rather than solving. If we put 2 and 1, so x is 2, so 10 minus 1, that is not 4, wrong. If we put 2 and 2, so 10 minus 2, that is also not 4, so wrong. If we put 1 and 1, then 5 minus 1 is 4, correct. And 3 minus 2 is 1, correct. So C is the correct answer. Okay. Next, if Lasper's index is A and Fisher's index is B, find Pasteur's index. We know that L into P is going to be what? Fisher square. So A into that Pasteur's index will be Fisher square, that is B square. So B square by A will be the correct answer for 96. 97. Which test should be considered necessarily to verify the consistency while we select an appropriate index formula? Okay. Now, which test should be considered necessarily? Understand, circular test, I mean, that is also required, but most of the index number formulas do not satisfy circular test. Circular test is only satisfied by simple index number formulas. But time reversal and factor reversal are must. I mean, these are the basic tests. So B and C have to be there. Why? Because if you are calculating index number of year, 0 to 1, taking year 0 as base or year 1 as base, they have to be opposite of each other, right? And factor reversal test is what? When you calculate price index, and for the same thing when you take quantity index, it has to match with the value index. So these are the basic tests which the index number has to follow, otherwise that index number will not have much real application. Okay, so B and C is the correct answer. 98. Circular test is satisfied by which of the following index? Circular test is not satisfied by any of these three common indices. So simple geometric mean of price relatives. Okay, I think the battery of this pencil went off, but yeah, D is the answer. Simple geometric mean of price relatives. Let's just discuss anyway. Last two questions are theory. Purchasing power of money is reciprocal of price index number. I have covered this in detail in the index number additional question bank video that I have put on the channel. That is a very good concept. Why purchasing power of money is reciprocal of price index number. So just go through that. Additional question bank of index numbers is also very important from exam point of view, because I mean, at least 3-4 questions come from index numbers chapter, sometimes more, right? So I've covered this concept, why this happens, in a separate video, because it will take a few minutes to explain. So you can go through that. I'll link it in the comments. And last, Fisher's method of calculating index number is based on what? Fisher's method is based on geometric mean, because it is simply geometric mean of L and P, right? So it is geometric means of two indices. So A is the correct answer. Okay, fine. So I hope everyone has understood the questions. If you have any doubts, let me know in comments or on the Telegram group. I have a Telegram group where I put daily MCQs which you can use for practice. So you can join that. Also, if you like this, then do subscribe to the channel. I upload generally a lot of MCQ videos. Uh, that is the MCQs that I post on the Telegram group. I generally put daily videos, solution videos for them. I have uploaded all the MTP videos till now. Also on the channel there are module exercises, module additional question banks, some past papers, some tips and tricks for acing the maths exam, some shortcut videos. Okay, fine. So yeah, let's stop here for today. Bye everyone.